We are live right when the AC starts to come on. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing? I know this is Sunday morning. I know I may not get a lot of people coming in, but I want to just come up and say I'm here. This is the last day before this is the second day and the last day of the convention. Um, I would have been streaming earlier. I was talking with a friend and still had to kind of get myself mentally prepared for today. The convention today is going to be, I believe it's only going to be from 11 to 3. I have to make sure I check out the hotel soon. The checkout time is 11. So, yeah. Um, how did everything go yesterday? Yesterday was busy at first. Talked to a few people. It was what's different about this convention than what a lot of conventions actually are that I've had in the Chicagoland area is I just actually had more sales right off the back. Um, it is kind of like the same size space that I've actually always went to. Um, it's tons of artists, some artists that I know that I've seen, and yeah, it's just been fun. That's the thing. I hope I'm not dropping any frames. No, I'm not dropping any frames. Um, we have, I have, I was sitting next to an artist, and oh god, I have to put this out there if I haven't put it out there yet, on my Instagram page. Um, I was working on, a picture for, and I'm using like the Wi-Fi hotspot actually, to actually, do the broadcast, and my phone broadcast actually is pretty good for this. But I actually did a picture of Alistair. I'm gonna have to just put that out there. But yeah, no, I have. It's been fun. It's been talking to people, sharing my business cards. Again, it's not the same amount of foot traffic that I would get with the Chicagoland area conventions. But my goal for this, and I'll say it, my goal for this convention is always table and travel costs. Um, that's 500. That was my goal in total table. That's not including food or stuff like that, because I would be eating if I was at home. But my goal for this convention is table and travel costs, and I've made about I want to say um, a tenth of that. So it's struggling. Now one other convention that I'm trying to get, I want to see if I can actually apply for it probably next week, depending on how funds go. But I want to try to apply for Milwaukee Midwest Gaming Convention. If I can do that, if I can apply for that, and get into that, it's going to be the first weekend in April. And yeah, I don't know. As soon as I start talking, I start coughing. But it's gonna be the first weekend in April, and during that convention, it's the Midwest Gaming Convention. I actually may have new items, just depending. I may have new items that I put out for sale. Um, I know that I am looking for a new printer. Not that I have a problem with my old printer, but it's kind of out the way from where I live right now, and I just need to find a new printer. Um, just on the strength of, yeah, it's just out the way. Um, I did come a little bit more prepared for this convention than what I thought I would be. Um, I didn't have. Um, I actually brought a lot, brought more cash than I would normally do, which was great because like it really kind of saved me in some situations that I would not have been saved in before. Um, I bought a dolly that actually I don't have to drag around that big ass heavy tub, even though the big ass heavy tub has wheels on it. The fact that I have the dolly that I don't have to, bend over and drag, so that's actually pretty good. Um, I had to do a few things, which like I don't count towards my travel or expense costs. Had to get a new oil change because I had to get an oil change, so that's not what I'm counting. So hopefully, I can make up at least 25% today. If I can get 25% within that condensed 4 hours, I would say this is a good con. Um, like I said, I'm working on a Alistair picture. So if you guys want to actually see that Alistair picture, I'm going to release it when I finish it. It's just I like getting back into this as much as I hate people. The face to face pressing of ideas, interaction, and the opportunity if somebody this is one of the reasons why I did retail for so long before I went to call center. I like interacting with people, and because it's my shit, I can tell them to fuck off if they kind of say some crazy shit. But generally in anime conventions, it's actually pretty cool. It's pretty fun, and so I want to get back to this. Of course, if you guys help me support me by doing the Patreon, by doing the the YouTubes, I I can actually do this. I can do this as a job, and that's what I want to actually end up doing this as a job, not just something where I get on YouTube, spout my opinion and stuff like that. I want to actually support my art. Um, I don't think I've actually said this much, but I do want to get to a point where from YouTube and from my art, I I actually grow not only um, my sort of ideas and platforms, but I want to get to a point where I support a community center. I support a community center where um, more people are actually able to express themselves. And, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I like helping creatives. And with me helping creatives, yeah, yeah. Um, so that's the thing that happens. Um, Speaking of which, um, I forgot this was the weekend of the first. Um, this is, by the way, guys, if you haven't supported it, you can actually support my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Um, and of course, YouTube memberships. I have YouTube memberships that kind of mirror the same thing. And I think everybody that's actually supporting me, I'm going to get back to making more regular content, guys. And I may make a debrief after the convention tonight. Once I drive home and kind of like reset for a minute. But yeah, it's been. I like the fact that am. I like the fact that I am here among just a different crowd
there's nothing to say that is bad about the Chicago crowd, but it's just to see a difference. And hopefully, I'm looking to, travel more, interact with more people, and just make sure that I kind of like expand myself. I applied for TwitchCon this year. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I did apply for it. Um, so hopefully that does happen. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But yeah, no, I'm definitely going to be working to get into more conventions. When it's getting warm, I'm going to start um, my training regimen again. But I won't film that. Like you guys don't like those videos. Um, what time is it? Okay. Just more shooting the shit type videos. But yeah, and if I can get conventions that have power, like that's the biggest thing. This is the reason why I'm not streaming live with you guys because I need power. There are some things that we can kind of work around to try to get more power, but in general speaking, in order to run a stream, you need internet connection and power. And sometimes just you don't have that at these conventions, or you have to pay extra for power. And I'm not paying extra for power. Um, anyway, anyway, any questions that anybody in the chat has? Um, yeah, yeah, nice little badge. So if you guys didn't see it, I throw this with the rest of my badges. Um, oh God, I've been in so many conventions right now, and um, it's unique, and I always have fun with these, even though it gets tiring and sometimes you don't get to eat like you want to eat, and you can't move around like you want to move around. Especially since I go to most of the conventions that I do, I go by myself. Um, and this is the first travel that I've done outside the area where, yeah, yeah. Although I did keep in touch with some friends, which was pretty cool. But what I'm looking for is, especially in April, if I can get that shot, oh man, that's gonna be awesome. That is gonna be awesome because in the end, I want to be able to do this for a living. And again, with you guys' support, I'm going to be able to make myself a full living off income artist. I've always been an artist, but making a living doing it, and through the support of YouTube and Patreon and YouTube memberships and Twitch subscriptions, it definitely can make my dream come true. And I've been working on it. So anyway, um, I've just to get off of topics and just to get on some other things. Um, I did see a few videos about how Ethan Klein is getting roasted by a few people talking about the guy who lit himself on fire at the embassy, and it's just like I know I made a rant in the last video about a lot of leftists not doing anything. Don't do that. Don't do that. And you get so many people that think that that's a good idea. Oh, I'm gonna torch myself. I'm gonna do the Human Torch. Like, no, dude, don't do that. You have other ways of resolving it. It's this whole doomer mentality, man. And maybe because I've lived my life, I turned 42 years old a couple of weeks ago, that I can't see myself thinking that life is over and all it is the extremes. And some of these people are just some of the people that you watch. Yes, there is a bad situation brewing. I am not But just to be doomer about it, to think that the loss of life is the only way to resolve certain conflicts. No, even with the Israel Palestine thing, it's now I've said this before. Nobody in that conflict has clean hands. Nobody in that conflict has clean hands. And when elephants fight, the grass gets trampled. And a lot of leftist outlets, they're not paying attention to that. They're paying attention to one sided coverage. And, the whole thing about this country's evil, that country's evil, the leaders may have ill intentions. But when you just say one country is this, it fucking, you don't try to solve the problem. And you get people that are unwell that are willing to take extreme steps. And no, you shouldn't be taking those extremes of the steps. It is a reason why martyrdom is not as common now as it has been in the past, because we have other options. Now, are the options getting resolved as quickly as you want them to be and in the exact way that you want them to be done? No, and that's how democracy works. You get the people that just are quite literally, they just want their favorite dictator on the left and the right. And I don't get that. They want that dictator to be able to stop whatever they want to stop within a time frame of yesterday. I don't know. And then you get these creators. Oh my God. Streaming is the hardest social job that I've ever. Bitch, work in a call center. Work in a call center and see how that is for you. You want to fuck with, you want to work in a call center. I don't have much of a social battery after streaming for 9 hours. Motherfucker, you're a billionaire. And deal with it. I hate to be one of those things. Like when I was growing up, we had to deal with bullies like crazy. This shit that you see on the internet, this bullying you see on the internet, you need to go unalive yourself. I would laugh at the shit because, I grew up in an era where people tell very explicit and descriptive positions of how they would fornicate with my mother. And just 3 words would tell somebody to send to you in this tailspin. You need to learn how to do conflict resolutions. And again, I'm sounding like the oh man, get off my lawn type shit, but we live in a world where it requires action. Reasonable, sensible action, and actions that are small enough to accomplish but big enough to celebrate. Somebody human torturing themselves for a statement where they have other options. That's not a good way of looking at things. And if you want to call me a dirty lip because I say maybe people shouldn't be emoliating themselves when, they can raise concerns by voting, or they can raise concerns by deciding not to hold their vote. I mean, like, in a week's time, you literally have where people have used the power of the ballot box to further encourage action. And then somebody who just, for lack of a better term, may have wanted sensationalism for just to have sensationalism. You have a diametrically opposed, two diametrically opposed points, and what got action or help encourage action. But a lot of your big leftist creators won't tell you that. A lot of your big leftist creators won't tell you that, yes, Biden didn't get rid of all the student loan debt because he's not emperor and there's three branches of government, but he got rid of almost 150 billion student loan debt. The infrastructure bill was passed. You get so much shit done, but because Biden didn't come in here like big dick swinging king, it wasn't exactly how you liked it. And worse come to worse, or worse yet, it's like nobody who's president, unless they plan on getting rid of democracy, can do that. But I digress. I mean, like, it is a reason why we have institutions, three branches of government. There's a reason why we have that. And you sitting back doomering, saying that, well, because it didn't happen exactly how I wanted it to happen, then it's bad. I don't know. I tend to believe that we should do more than voting, but not emoliating ourselves. There's a reason why movements take years because things are slow to change. Movements take years. It's not just one and done. And I think one of the biggest problems that so many people have is they're used to things changing right away. That's not how this happens. It's not how things happen at all. Things take time. Because things take time, people get impatient, people get disillusioned, and that happens. But the arc of history bends towards justice. Anyway, this is going to be a short update. What time is it? I need to start packing up everything to be able to head out. I'm not coming back to the hotel room after the convention. I'm just going to head straight home. Got enough gas already to head out back home. Um, I'm just looking to make sure that I kind of see what else I need to do, see what else I need to sell, see what else I need to have. Once I do that, then from there, I guess cool beans. We're gonna have some fun, and definitely, guys, thank you for supporting me. I mean, like, I know I'm not at 1,000 subscribers yet. I know I kind of fell back a little bit, but if you can, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, turn it to all notifications, not just personalization. You may get these early morning streams with me. Hell, you may start getting more early morning streams with me. But anyway, guys, I have to get ready. Thank you for watching, and peace.